Hi, Dr. Katina here, coming to Hamburg, Germany. And a couple of things big question I'd like to help you with because it's an answer to what you keep asking me, which is, what is a subluxation, Katina? What are your hands doing? How do you find that thing that makes your hands move this energy through my body and I feel all these things? So what I want to do is I want to teach you how to build the adjustment. So in order to do that, we're going to be a three-part thing. We're going to make sure I am in good shape, okay? I got to trust my innate, I got to connect with my innate, and I got to work with my innate. And I got to train it, okay? I got to be an athlete. I got to train my brain, I got to train my spirit, and I got to train my mind because life is like living on a three-legged stool. And we've always got our spirit, we've always got our mind, always got our body. And lots of time, who knocks us off? Bum-ba-da, crazy old mind. It gives us a little bit of this and we fall off. So when mind gets too noisy, remember your other two legs. Nice strong one. Mind, body, whoops, spirit. We always got spirit. Spirit's going to connect us all the time in main line. So anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. We're going to build the adjustment. I have to take care of myself. I make sure I got to be in good shape. That's take care of me. Now them, okay? Them, the people we're going to touch. The people who are having something go on in their life, perhaps 9 million things going off in their life, where they, how would you describe it? They layer up. They layer up and they layer up, and you see it in their posture, and you see it in their face. And the first time I realized it was in the anatomy lab. Sitting up in the bleachers looking at 60 bodies in a bag. And you could see their faces and their this, that, and the other. You could tell the happy people and the not happy people by the wrinkles and literally the tone of their dead body, the old imprint. So we're going to back up because what we're looking at is the live tone of the human. We feel tone as the garden. You ever digging in the garden, if the soil gets a little thick and you got to loosen it up, or you got a rock in the way and you've got to turn that thing so your tree or your flower or your new thing that you're growing can continue. Like in the soil where it's about tension and flow. Actually, tension and flow, tension and flow, tension and flow. We're talking about tension and tone, tension, tone, and turgor. All that tension makes this have tone because we have so much sensory overload. So all this tone is what's happening to our patients, to our people who are walking in our doors, and they're loaded with disconnects and dis-ease. Dis-ease, all these terrible things that are happening to our people in their tissues and in their whole lives. Actually, it's in their lives and then it goes into their tissues, and their tissues subluxate. The dissonant tone creates dissonant fractals in the human body, in the skin, in the muscle, in the joints. But I want you to see all that bone structure, muscle, joint, brain, everything as many, many, many systems, and they all integrate together. And they each, with each other, have a geometric tone. Some days you touch the liver and it feels like, sometimes you wake up and you feel, it's a tone. We chiropractors literally put our hands on this and we help it to move. Well, actually, first we got to find it. Our job is to find it, discover what it is, and what does it need? Where does it want to go? So we're building all these questions and all these things that we do as chiropractors to build the adjustment. So, some things I love more than anything when I'm building my adjustment. I love looking at the body as a fascial web. And I was just reading something and I got so excited, that's why I had to talk to you right now, about the fascial web. Because it's a mesodermal beginning, everything's wrapped in it. Every little cell in every place. Embryologically, when cells are first forming, two cells, when they come together and then they split, they form, interesting enough, they become the two, And then they become 4. When they become 4, they literally visibly look like a tetrahedron. So imagine all these pyramids. And these are how your cells communicate and move and move and move and move and move. And sometimes, see that? Okay. So those are tetrahedrons. And then, now that's only that's one small area. Imagine now we're going to multiply the tones of the tissues. They become more complicated, much more complicated. Amazing. Sue Brown's work was 100 years ahead of its time. So as she talked to us about these tetrahedrons and the patterns, what happens in the tissue tones when it's sick, it goes whoa, 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 and the person feels, it's compressed. When you compress the tetrahedrons, it makes a dissonant tone. It also makes it not only a sound, it makes a feeling, a sensation, because the fascial web is a sensory organ. So it's sensing all this stuff. So every time someone yells at a kid and their whole body goes, wing, that fascial web, that tonal matrix, on a macroscopic and right down to microscopic things as to where did that happen, where did the big cringe, where did the big subluxation come in? Okay. Subluxations are exactly that. They're disconnects in the system, disconnects in the whole fascial matrix web. Wow, that was so good discovering that. Woo! So to build the adjustment, we have to have an understanding of fascia and a respect for how powerful it is because it's a sensory organ. Then we chiropractors come along and go, you mean I can put my hands on this human and tone into dissonant tone, expanded, compressed and folded, subluxation. At that place that's Dr. Sue Brown described it perfectly. Those geometric bucklings that happen in BGI, biogeometric integration. What she taught us was not only about tetrahedrons and the power of tone and wave dynamics and subluxation patterns. Subluxation patterns, interesting enough, we're talking about this, disconnect is the other word that she brought into our world. So this buckling in of the tetrahedrons creates a subluxation. Let's say something happens and I go like this. When I do this, I also pucker my head and I also pucker my chest and I also pucker my belly and my other places and my feet and my hands in the sacred geometry of biogeometric integration, which Sue pretty much gave us a sacred blueprint of God's breath running through the body. Oh my goodness gracious. That blueprint of the biogeometric integration is a blueprint of the tree of life as it has flow through the body, because that's the way God made us, blew himself into us and gave us this amazing tone. But then things happen and we get diseased and imbalanced and all kinds of nice things. So most of the time it's heaven on earth. The other time, okay, we got to work it. So we're going to work it through the fascial web. You chiropractors are going to understand the fascial web and biogeometric integration. This sacred blueprint allows us to recognize that, boy, when I am tuned in to wanting to touch somebody here, for example, in my mind I can say, whoa, yeah, it needs me here. Where does it want to go? Oh, wow, it's connected to other places in the body. It's the geometry. We chiropractors innately allow our hands to flow into this geometry. I can't wait to play with you and show you all this stuff I've been writing and drawing and describing to you what it is I do. because it's miraculous, because I do what you do. You're chiropractors. We are chiropractors. We're here to magnify this love, this essence. Oh, we're here to connect and reconnect the potential within our people and the ones that we're blessed to put our hands on. And even if we don't get to put our hands on it, the tone that we live and we emit out into the world and help them connect and they can emit out into the world, we magnify light together. So all you light workers, know that I love you. I appreciate you listening to me all this time. drkatina.org. I'm coming to Hamburg to show you the fascial web, biogeometric integration, and how you adjust it, how you build the adjustment, and how you connect with the person, yourself, and you create an us union. And I'm just so excited. I want to see you. Okay, God bless. Thank you.